Sansan, serenity, clarity, and detachment in the return to spiritual life. The testimony of the Spirit. Sansan, presented in the second part of The Heaven and the Hell, offers a clear portrait of what happens when consciousness crosses over in a state of inner balance. Far from fantastic descriptions, his account reveals simplicity, clarity, and a serene perception of the continuity of life, showing that death does not alter the identity of the being, it only modifies its form of expression. Sanson describes the moment of detachment from the body as progressive and calm. There is no abrupt break of consciousness, but a gradual awakening, accompanied by recognition of the new state. This experience confirms the spiritual principle that passing is a process, not a magical moment, and that the quality of this transition deeply depends on the moral and emotional state built throughout life. Modern science offers important parallels to understand this account. Studies on near-death experiences indicate that people in states of emotional serenity tend to report greater clarity, continuity of identity, and a sense of peace. Although these studies do not exhaust the spiritual phenomenon, they reinforce the idea that consciousness can maintain coherence and lucidity even when the body is no longer the center of experience. From the perspective of depth psychology, Sanson's testimony reveals an integrated consciousness. There is no confusion, rebellion, or intense attachment to the past. He acknowledges his new condition with ease, indicating that internal conflicts have largely been resolved even during physical life. When identity is not rigidly tied to the body, social position, or possessions, the transition occurs much more smoothly. Spiritism emphasizes that Samson does not consider himself an exceptional being. His tranquility does not stem from spiritual privileges, but from a life guided by duty, responsibility, and a progressive detachment from material things. This point is fundamental. Happiness after death is not an arbitrary reward, but a direct consequence of the inner state cultivated during life. Another important aspect of his account is the maintenance of memory, individuality, and the capacity for reflection. Samson thinks, observes, compares, and understands. This reinforces the central idea of Spiritist doctrine that consciousness does not dissolve with the death of the body, but remains active, preserving what truly defines the being. Sanson's experience also shows that death does not break true emotional bonds. What is lost are the material forms of coexistence, not the feelings built on respect, affection, and spiritual affinity. This emotional continuity is one of the greatest sources of comfort offered by the Spiritist view of future life. Thus, Sanson's testimony serves an essential function. It translates into lived experience what Spiritism teaches in principle. It shows that living with awareness, ethics, and balance not only improves present life, but also naturally prepares the spirit for a serene and lucid transition. Reflecting on this account is an invitation to rethink the way we live today. It is not about fearing death, but understanding that each daily choice builds the state of consciousness we will carry with us. Future life begins now, in the way we think, feel, and act. If this testimony helped you reflect on the continuity of life and the value of inner balance, like, share, and leave your comment. Your participation helps this message reach more people.